This was to be our longest family cycle tour yet. 750 miles down the west coast of France to Spain, a route known as La Velodysse. We were a three-generation family team, 6 of us, aged from 11 to 70. We knew that so many things could go wrong: illness, injury, mechanical failure, and things we hadn't yet considered, like forest fires. We would experience all of these and more. We had 45 days to get to Santander to get our ferry home. This was to be a real adventure. We either all made it or none of us made it. This is our journey. So, have a look at these pain au chocolats. Right.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Hold it
Have
up,
you seen a pain au chocolat that large before?
Ridiculous! Like
So,
a loaf of bread.
Breakfast first day. We'd planned to start the trip with an easy day after our overnight ferry. We camped in Pierre's garden. He was a member of the cycle touring community called Warm Showers. It meant we had a chance to visit the beach and the town. We were hoping our cycle tour would not only be about pedalling our bikes, but also enjoying the places we cycled through. Nice lazy start today, setting off through St Malo, and we're going to be getting a ferry across the river to apparently pick up a cycleway that goes on an old railway line and possibly a canal. So day 3, just setting off, 8:30 in the morning, before breakfast. Apparently there's a shop just down here, about a mile down. We're going to get breakfast there. Merlin has taken the art of sandwich building to a new level.
Yes. Butter, pate, cheese, tomato, cucumber and crisps. I'm only missing some chutney.
Leading 6 hungry cyclists on this journey was an ever-present logistic, and it meant going to food shops every single day. It was always surprising just how much we were eating, and all that food, usually a trolley load, had to be fitted into bike panniers alongside all our other things like camping equipment. Just setting off, 9 o'clock in the morning, and fairly cool and cloudy at the moment. Nice pleasant cycling weather, and we've probably got about 29 miles or so to go to a campsite we've booked at Talpont on a lake.
So, come on and let me know. Should I stay or should I go?
Thinking about a swim, are you, Saul?
Yes, I think it's right.
Must be around about 7 o'clock. I got up at 6:30 to start getting going, back down. Got quite a long ride ahead, and it's going to be a hot day, so we want to do it in the cooler part of the day. The heat was something we were going to have to deal with. Some days it got up to over 36 degrees centigrade, which made physical activity very challenging. We've just joined the Velodysse EV1, which is going to be our route all the way to Spain now. This year I've got a new toy. I've got a drone which I've brought on holiday with us. to film some of the trip from a different angle. I'm still learning it, how to use it. In fact, the first 2 goes at it, I got things wrong. I was in photo mode the first day. Second day I was pressing record to stop and stop to record. It didn't work. But hopefully I'm going to get some good footage over the trip to give it a different perspective on the filming. Finding a shady spot to put the tent up.
I would say 2 long days.
2 long days.
Okay.
You think you're up for that?
Because just 15 sounds boring, because then we're going to...
Have loads of time in camp when it's hot.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the truth.
Or loads of time cycling when it's hot.
I'm game for 2 longer days.
Okay. Solid, feel good.
You happy?
Okay, well let's see if that is this
So
space
an
on
early
that
night for
campsite
you.
then.
That's the Blaine one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do we have to wake up early?
So
Well, I think so because
Yeah, it's going to be hot.
we tried to involve the boys in some of the expedition decisions when possible. More cycling today on the canal towpath. Nice firm surface, but rather dusty. Nice cool cloudy start to the day. Sun's coming out about 11 o'clock. We're making use of the first couple of hours to get some miles under our belts. Sol's finding it hard at the moment. He often does first thing when he sort of finds himself at the back or finding it hard on a little bit. So Sol's now chatting with Nan, flying along, happy. It's just having some social interaction and distraction from pedalling. I decided to have another go at flying my drone to film the canal cycle path. I was still learning how to fly it and use some of the settings, and things didn't go quite as planned.
Ian's just lost his drone into the tree. And he's climbing up in that tree somewhere, though I can't see him.
Yeah.
If you can...
Quality drone piloting going on.
Turning of obstacle avoidance in an area with obstacles is
Don't make it
utterly...
fall. If it falls, it'll break her when it hits the ground.
You can see it. That's a rough landing.
You good? Where's the bloody drone?
In his pants.
Where?
I just climbed a tree to rescue my drone.
Actually,
How many blades have you broken?
Well, I think I'm alright actually, but I need to do it
Yeah, give it
nicely,
a
test
low-
drive sometime.
Yeah.
Okay, let me have a look.
As you can see, Roo is shorter than Mum.
Yes.
Okay, stand up.
Almost all of my height is in my legs.
Oh.
We've got about 30 miles to get to Nantes, where we've got an Airbnb for a couple of nights to have a rest up. Sol has set off at a storming pace with Merlin. Got someone to chat to, so he's in good form this morning. It's cloudy, slightly muggy, but nice cycling conditions. So we can check in at 3 o'clock. We may well be there by then. So Sol, how on earth did you keep that pace going for that long? I don't know how many miles you've been going, maybe 4 or 5.
Tyres, which we made not flat, and also I have to talk to. I could talk to someone, which means it's a lot more easier than just sitting there doing
Just
nothing.
time just goes and you just legs, you
Yeah.
don't notice them. Well, you've burnt Mum and Nanny off. I don't think we'll see them for a few minutes. Sol and I started a talking story that helped the miles pass, but all of us were finding the cycling hard in the heat.
2 seconds left before I get the lead.
That was close.
Yeah, I'm really struggling, honey.
I know.
I feel like I'm vomit.
Aircon.
Don't film me. No, I don't
Well, now that
look
you're
like this
now that
on
you're
television.
now that you're in aircon.
No.
First aid being applied.
Still got like today. I think smartest idea ever.
We'd booked an Airbnb in Nantes because the campsite was full. Fully booked campsites was to become an issue on the trip and led to some stress. Washed some clothes in the washing machine, washed the bikes. Everything that was covered in dust has been given a good wash.
Machine's there at Nantes.
We have the tickets.
Better than anything when we're okay, water.
I reckon it's about 36 degrees today, forecast was. Rather hot.
Looking at these
Open it inside.
6 miles.
Yeah. I'm suffering.
It's literal
You're
tribal
filming me, aren't you?
music.
You bastard.
That's what you say. I'd run up to it.
And after yesterday's heat of 36 degrees, we've woken up and it's actually feeling chilly. There's a breeze, it's cloudy, and there's a threat of thunderstorms this afternoon, so quite a big change in the weather for us. Almost looks sort of like a beavery like thing, doesn't it? Cross between a beaver and a large rat.
A koiku. Oh my god, I'm in the kettle. It's a koiku.
Sol doing his morning exercises.
You know, a cycle tour of 800 miles isn't enough.
So, what's that swimming pool? Shallow, mate?
Oh dear. We are underneath a thunderstorm eating spaghetti bolognese.
Where's the blue dot that you can't see because it's hidden underneath all the...
It's kicking off there now.
Yeah. Big storm. Big storm.
It's day 12 and Merlin's the first down with his tent.
I'm sleep deprived. They played music past midnight.
Your peg's bending. This ground's very hard, isn't it?
Interesting shape.
28, 29 miles, something like that to do today. Heading to a place called Buin, and a lot cooler today. It's going to be about 24 degrees. There's a nice breeze at the moment. The sun's already warming up. Just enough room in the shade for another one.
On this day, we were planning to get to the island of Namutia. We set off in the afternoon to get the tide right for crossing the causeway, but the tide was still in when we arrived.
My mudguards don't exactly work. We've just arrived at Sylviane's. She's out at the moment, but we've found her garden and her lovely home. So Sylviane's a warm showers host that I contacted before we left the UK. Happy birthday, Squirrely.
Go away. Ross will be in bed bothering you lot.
Happy birthday 16.
The idea of opening his presents in size order.
You sending size order? A jar of olives. Lots of edibles here.
Well, what do you expect?
Merlin's 16th birthday was planned as a rest day, but we still needed to get on the bikes to get to the beach for the day.
mille merci.
Et puis peut-être une autre fois.
Merci, au revoir.
We're at day 16 and we've just been working out how far we've come, how far we've got to go each day.
So
It's 17.911 a day.
then put that to how many days we've done.
Okay. 17.911. How many days we done?
15.
15. It's 268.665. And we've done about 311. So we are
Ahead.
And we've just left San Velodysse. We're not sure where we're heading to because we haven't got a campsite booked, and that's a bit of a problem. It's a popular part of coastline with a lot of tourists around at the moment, and everywhere seems to be pretty booked up, so a bit of a gamble. We want to try and find somewhere probably in the next 15 miles. It's going to be another hot day, and I'm a bit worried that people's mood is going to be getting a bit frayed, shall we say, by the afternoon in the heat and the uncertainty of where we might be staying. So the others will let a dip in the ocean to cool off. It's around about 2:30 in the afternoon. I've been looking for campsites online and showing that they're all fully booked. Mary had a quick look for one physically on the ground. If it had just been her, she'd have got in, but with it being 6 of us, there wasn't room. So yeah, the search goes on. We're now going to go into the tourist information office to see if they can find us any camping for the night. You know, everywhere's full, she said.
Everywhere?
Yeah, all the campsites.
Here's what we're going to do.
We tried a hotel, that was full. They suggested that probably all the other hotels would be full. And yeah, it's not looking so good. And it's turning out a bit as I'd expected. Rachel basically wants to go home, wants to call the trip to an end, somehow get on a train, and you know, is predicting that we're going to have the same problems further south. So yeah, at the moment, not looking good. So I just tried at another campsite which is full. So it's, I don't know, probably 5 o'clock this evening, and we still haven't got anywhere to stay. To a roundabout over a bridge or something.
Yeah, over the bridge. Just
A
there.
bridge
Yeah.
just there.
At last, we found a campsite with some space.
Oui, très bon, merci. Happy ending then. Everyone trying to find shade in the diminishing shadow of a tree.
It's 20 past 6 and it's just getting light outside, and it's time to get up because it's going to be really hot today and we need to be cycling before it gets too hot.
We've only got about 20 miles to our next campsite, but we know the temperatures are getting up to about 36 again today, and it's probably only 20 or so at the moment. So it's a good time of day to get going while it's still not too hot. So Mum and Nan are just getting breakfast for us, and we're sat on the bench looking at the view out onto the Atlantic Ocean, reflecting on what we've done.
We're like, what, 2/5 of the way through the trip now or something?
Yeah. The problem we've got coming up is what though?
Yeah.
Campsites.
Not campsites.
Well, actually, we have had problems with finding campsites, but we've seemed to have got the next 3 nights probably sorted out okay.
Yeah. And then we hit the fire restriction zone.
But that is more the issue we've got to worry about. Is that I think past La Rochelle, there are fire restrictions in place due to the drought, and if it stays red alert, we're not supposed to enter the area at all. And I don't know how big the area is, so I'm not sure how big a diversion we'd have to make.
It runs through the bottom half of the trip.
Yeah, but how far inland it goes?
Yeah, that's the thing. It could go quite far inland, and there's no diversions posted on any of the websites that's dedicated to Velodysse.
So yeah, quite a few adventurous worries of what's going to happen and how we're going to get on for the second half of the trip. We've mostly been eating pasta, but we've got rice and curry tonight. So we found a campsite. Very sandy soil. Well, it's not soil, it's sand. So it could be interesting getting the tents up.
Day in the life of 3 ugly children.
Oh, you're not wrong there, Sol. Day 20, and we've set off a little bit later this morning, 8:40, because it's not going to be quite as hot today. The temperature's dropped, or going to be dropping to 28 degrees, so not so much heat to deal with in the afternoon as the last few days, but we're not quite sure where we're going to end up. We haven't actually got a campsite booked. We've got 2 possibilities, both without booking procedures online, which is possibly a good thing, because that way they might not be full, hopefully.
Just sit off the land like this, whether it's all What? I'm in my house.
Day 21, and we had our first proper rain last night. A bit of a thunderstorm came through. Lots of lightning. Showers weren't too heavy just here. Hopefully it's doing some good wetting down the forest fires further south, which are presently blocking our way. But anyway, it's looking like it could rain again today, so we're going to get packed up and get underway. Doing the Chinese puzzle in the mornings. Rue's not feeling so great this morning.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like, it was all dry earlier, now it's rainy and damp. I don't know if it's a change of atmosphere or if I'm actually sick, but...
Coughing a bit, are you?
Yes, and I feel quite bad, honestly.
Right. Well, hopefully we're having a rest day tomorrow, but
hopefully.
Been tough it out today.
I will try.
So we've just pulled up in La Rochelle municipal campsite, and we've got one of our smaller emplacements to fit all our tents in. Somehow we'll manage to get 4 tents here, hopefully. So everyone feeling rather tired this evening. Just cooked them fish pasta splodge.
Is that its name here?
Fish pasta splodge. How's your fish pasta splodge, Mary?
Splodgy.
Nice and splodgy for you, good.
Sussy back in fishy mess in a bowl.
It's bussin', isn't it?
Sussy back in.
It's bussing. Bussing, Roo, it's bussing.
It's alright, there's too much sauce though.
Yours alright, Mummy?
Fishy mess in a bowl.
Look at that, it's even got vegetables in it.
And I've got soup made out of pasta.
We eat well on this expedition. An expedition cycles on its stomach. This one's rather tired. So you can have some food, Salt.
Fire is just south of Bordeaux. It's actually quite a long way inland, but of course that forest is on such
Inland rather than coastal.
Yes, the big fire now.
Okay.
Well, it must be day 23, and it's been lightly raining this morning, which normally when you're packing down your tents is not a good thing, but actually we're quite pleased about, because it might be hopefully doing the same further south and putting the fires out, or certainly dampening down the ground for the fire alerts.
All right, that is Rochefort.
I mean, we could cut some off by coming through the centre of Rochefort, but I didn't know whether it was a hilly.
There's other campsites here, so
Yeah.
Feeling rested after yesterday?
Gad.
Good,
G-U-D. Gad.
good. So it's just started to rain a little bit. First drop of rain we've had really while we've been cycling. It's only spitting now, but we're hoping it's doing a bit more further south where we're going to be going, where all the forest fires are.
Paracetamol as well, because that throat is clearly very sore.
We'd been looking at moving on today, and Mary's taken her tent down. I've started taking ours down, but Rue's not feeling so good today.
No, I don't feel good at all.
And he's been going down with it for a couple of days, and we're thinking we may have to actually take a rest day.
The Velodysse and the tracks of the Durand's forest are closed and prohibited traffic from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. The Department of Durand is placed in orange vigilance. The Velodysse remains completely closed between La Teste de Bouche and Bycross Plage until further notice.
That's just a bit south of Arishan.
The Velodysse and the tracks of the Landes forest are closed and prohibited traffic from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. The Landes is placed on orange alert.
So the good news is that the red alert has changed to an amber alert, and we can now continue on our journey on the Velodysse, except for one short section which we're going to have to divert around at the moment. You woke up with that cough tonight?
yes, I did. I can't speak very easily. My voice is very hoarse and such, as I believe you can tell. Hopefully.
Despite Rue's illness, we knew we still had to keep making progress. We had buses and a ferry booked that we needed to get to on time. Failure would mean trying to get 6 bikes and luggage and us onto public transport, and this was an alternative that would be very hard to achieve.
We've got our first puncture of the trip. So has spotted a bunch of blackberries that we just couldn't go past.
They're massive.
However, after one more day cycling, Rue needed another rest day to recover.
Rue's resting up,
Yep.
trying to get over his illness.
That's it then, Ian.
Second puncture of the trip on my bike. Cow trot
Good
in the
grief.
campsite. Day 27. Yesterday we had a rest day because Rue wasn't well. Needed at least another day to start getting over this illness he's picked up, which is sort of got to his chest a bit. Hopefully he's all right for a shorter day today, but we've got to sort of keep going to some extent.
Hello.
It's part of Rue's recovery therapy.
The ocean.
A big part of Sol's motivational therapy was water slides.
Does that look all right? Your boxers dry then, Merly?
No, they're damp. Nothing's drying anymore.
This is Rachel's drying line for the day. The back of her bike.
T-shirt, bra, shorts, socks on the front panniers. My knickers dried overnight. My knickers are ace.
During the next few days, Rue gradually got better, but other members of the family, particularly Sol and Rachel, went down with the same illness. It may have been COVID or just a bad cold. Some days our mileage was shorter than others due to this illness, but we had no option but to press on. We then reached the part of the cycle route that had been closed due to forest fire. We had to divert onto a busy, fast road that was a little scary to cycle. After 7 days on the bikes, it was time for a rest and a recharge. We got the usual jobs done, lazed around in the shade, and in the evening went for a swim in the lake.
Quite well under there, can't you? It's dark until you get deeper.
Well, I think it's about day 35 and we're just having breakfast down by Lac de Sagrenet. Today we're back onto cycle path rather than the horrible road that we cycled along a couple of days ago, and hopefully fairly flat, fairly easy. After a quick dip in the next lake, we'd reached the 1,000-kilometre point in our journey. So the plan had been to do about 25 miles to a lake today, but we've changed our minds to do about 35 to another lake to try and get another 10 miles in the bank in case of any problems in the last part of the journey. It was not long after this But unfortunately, Sol crashed his bike.
For a second.
He started washing the water.
I reached down to grab my bottle and I fell over.
Oh, hang on.
Henry.
Don't worry, there's massive bruising there in. Can you move your wrist?
What would you have?
Poor Sol has just fallen off his bike, and he was reaching for his water bottle, and I was right behind him. I saw what happened. He just went down on his right hand side, the bike on top of him, on tarmac, and horrible to watch and see. And then he's scraped up his right arm and wrist and his right shoulder. He's going to be sore, and he's sort of cycling along slowly, one-handed, which he's had good practice doing. And we're going to get to the campsite in about 3 miles, and hopefully make him as comfortable as we can.
I went to grab my bottle, tilted off.
Yeah.
My shoulder was so hurt.
Yeah, he's sore, very sore.
Have you had some painkillers?
Yes,
You have?
2.
Okay.
I reckon your shoulder looks sore, to be honest, at the moment, but
My shoulder's more of a scrape,
yeah, it's like a burn, isn't it?
but this one hurts.
We're taking some of the weight out of his panniers, and we'll just have to see how he gets on. Sol's cycling up ahead at the moment, seems to be back on the bike and doing okay, so hopefully, fortunately no injuries to his legs. Hopefully we can get the rest of the way. We've been away from the coast for the last few days, diverting round the fire closed areas, so we're back now at the ocean. So we just had lunch down at the beach and watched the thunderstorm get closer and the lightning, and decided to dive into a cafe to have crepes and drinks to shelter from the rain. It's now stopped raining and we're on our way. Next campsite 11 kilometers away. Really good at the moment that because the French have finished their holidays, we haven't got to worry about campsites being full any longer, so we don't have to book. We can go to this next one, or if we've still got something in our legs we could carry on to the one after. Well, it's a bit rainy out there, or it has been, so it's a bit drippy, so we're having dinner inside the tents tonight.
Dinner in bed.
Another tuna pasta surprise courtesy of me. Come on, Boo. It's time to get up.
What about Sol?
And so, silly sausage.
No.
He's like, no.
No.
Come on. The deflator. Squirrely's stalled as well.
I haven't stored unpacking.
I needed a morning waffle.
Second puncture of the holiday for me. Just discovered at breakfast time.
Read it on TV.
For this part of the journey, the cycling was great. Smooth tarmac cycleways through pine forest with swooping down hills to reward any uphills. So what sort of things do we get up to in the evenings? Well,
once you've done all your laundry. You relax in your tent, and there's Merle. Sol's got his Orangina, and he's got a load of videos downloaded from the last campsite Wi-Fi. Rue's on his phone as well, and he's on a Kindle. How many books you read this holiday?
15.
15, bloody hell. That's like one every 3 days or less. The bikes are all tucked up for the night, so we lock them all up, put a wire through them, and at least if someone tried to steal them, we'd probably hear them rattling around. You know, obviously cut through a wire is enough, but hopefully we'd wake up.
10 to 7, and we're in a thunderstorm. It's not a good time of day for a thunderstorm really, because we've got to be up and packing in half an hour, but we won't want to be doing it out there at the moment.
Fortunately, this morning's early morning thunderstorm's now cleared away, so we're able to pack the tents up in the dry, albeit slightly damp. And we've got 60 kilometers left to get to Spain over 2 days, so we're probably thinking around about a 40-20 split, and that will give us a short day on the last day, so we can have a celebratory meal at the end of it all.
Merlin has bounced off a curb yesterday and broken not one, but 2 spokes. I mean, it's not such a bent spoke as it was 10 minutes ago.
This is apparently on the route.
I know!
About 1 in 3.
Pretty hard riding today.
Well, today is very much up and down, hardly any flat. So, last day cycling on the trip, and it's still got something to throw at us.
Honestly, don't think I've got more than 1 or more of these hills, mate.
I'm going to be
I can see snow.
out of water in a mile or 2
I
time.
can't see. I'm sweating so much.
I know.
Just stopped for a drink and a swim on the last beach before we head to Spain. Just a few miles left now. So we've made it to Spain. A bit of an inconspicuous sign, but here we are on the border. You want to say something? What do you think, having made it all the way to Spain? Ruth?
We have entered the land of churros.
Whatever that means. Right.
Paella.
Alright, feeling emotional?
That was a long way.
Sol,
Yeah?
how many miles have we done? Work out how many miles we've done.
740.
740 miles.
Sorry.
Would have been nice to have a big flag and bunting and champagne bottles popping, but so slightly anticlimactic. We've still got to cycle onto the campsite, but yeah, we've completed our journey really, other than the tricky bits of getting back. There definitely were some tricky bits. We had bought our bus tickets for the Spanish border to Santander several months previously while back in the UK. This was to ensure we could book our bikes on. Even then we had needed to book 2 separate buses, as each would only take a maximum of 3 bikes. When we got to the bus station, the first bus driver was very cross that Mary, Rachel and Sol's bikes were not boxed up. Eventually, after lots of persuasion, he let the bikes onto the bus, as long as they were taken apart and squashed in. The other 3 of us then had 3 hours to get our bikes boxed up for our bus. It coincided with siesta time and made getting the materials we needed rather hard, but eventually we managed to get our bikes boxed up. Our driver, however, did not like the size of the boxes. After a bit of an argument, fortunately, we and our bikes also managed to get on a bus and made it to Santander. A couple of days later, we got on the ferry to go home.
Did it, Mum?
Are you glad with having now done it, with the achievement that you've got?
Yes, because now it's over. I know when I've done it and it's my past now. But past me isn't happy. Present me is happy.
Right. Type 1 fun, type 2 fun. Type 1 fun is
So
like type 1 fun, you enjoy it while you're doing it. And type 2 fun is like you like have that satisfaction of having done it and that achievement and that, you know, you're glad you did it.
So on the trip,
But only once you've
what
done
I
it.
was thinking is like, I'm here, I've got to do it now, I can't go back. I was also thinking, this is kind of nice, it's not the best, but it's fine. And then also, it's like 3 different perspectives of I want to go home, I want to stay here, and both at the same time.
That's 2 different perspectives.
It's 3.
Why is it 3?
Okay, it's 2.
Love you.
Hey you.
But did you think we were going to be able to do it?
At the start, no. Later on, yes. There are moments where I thought, I'm so tired, I'm just want to go home.
Personally,
When did you start believing we would do it and we would actually get there and make it?
for me, I started knowing we would get there on the final day, because up until like the last 3 days, we weren't sure if we were going to make it.
Well, there were a few
We have a bus.
sort of
very
exciting
packed.
bits to whether we're
The
actually.
exciting bits of having stuff booked, which means you need to make it.
There was the bit where, I mean, your injury could have made it, you know, could have stopped us making it, cycling to the end. Any time anyone fell off or.
Even by the time we had cycled, I was still worried we wouldn't make it because of the bus.
11-year-old cycle to Spain, going 760 miles
Per hour.
in 40 days.
Yeah.
So, here's the crazy experience they took. Cutscene, epic drone shot.
He's not the only one who cycled.
So, today guys, we are cycling 40 miles. It's really hard. Yeah.
That was
There's a
our
big hill
record,
here.
40 miles. We did that early on,
Why are
actually.
you pedaling with your hands?
Just going, yeah.
How many miles do you think you could cycle now?
Bro, that's gonna end up on
You know,
wikifeet.com.
Now you've been in training for the last
I'm
6
gonna end
weeks.
up on wikifeet.com.
Now that you've been in training, how many miles
Do you know what
could you cycle?
wikifeet.com is?
No, I've never heard of it.
It's like wiki, except for feet.
What?
I know it's confusing. It's
You
confusing.
search up someone's name and there'll be as many pictures
Of their feet. It's really, really weird.
and someone literally, it took,
Oh, you know, celebrities.
they were live
Yes,
streaming.
mainly celebrities.
They
and
were live
such.
streaming and messing around, and they weren't wearing socks, so their feet were on the camera. And then they checked the wiki feet 4 hours later, and they were on there. Took them 4 hours.
Essentially, there's a heck ton of weird
They
people.
won't have me in WikiFeet. Do you
Never
want
were.
to have
You're not a
you? I
celebrity.
know.
Sorry.
Pull them socks off. Let's see. I'm gonna make your wiki
Someone's
feet
gonna be on
profile. Do not wiggle your toes at me. All right, I'm the interviewer now.
This isn't
Go ahead,
going in.
interview us. Tell us, ask us a question.
So, what was the best meal you had this whole trip?
That must have been one that I cooked.
No.
I cooked quite a few meals. What's my best dish?
Your best dish? None of them?
Spag bowl. I do a good spag bowl, don't I? Tuna surprise. Are we going to make it all the way to Spain?
No. No.
Why not?
No.
Why aren't we going to make it all the way to Spain?
No.
Do you mean we're not going to make it to Spain?
No.
All right, so we are going to make it to Spain.
No. No.
You don't really know, do you?
No.
You don't know?
No.
Should I say something on camera like I like plums?
I like plums. Diddle-a-da-da-diddle-a-da-da.
You don't need
What?
You went the wrong way and then picked up the right way.
I was following the signs, but it was one of those offshoots that they have. And then it all stopped.
Ended up ahead of us off route. How?
Very rare and deadly. It can cause symptoms of deadly. These deadly symptoms.
Bro, are you filming us?
I'm normally like among this.
I was filming this conversation.
Among this big chungus.
No, Dad, father.
Among this
This
big
joke is entirely
chungus.
unfunny. We're the only ones who find it funny now. You cannot post this to the internet. It will destroy
Among
everything.
this big chungus.
Stop it!
Among this big chungus.
We're doing a Chills
Fungus,
impression.
fungus.
You wouldn't
I know.
know that.
I do know what you're talking
Number
about.
17. Number 17. Starting foot letters.
We're gonna be doing an epic treasure finding video. We're going to fill the water. Oh yeah. Now, that was Pog Champ. Let's go for round 2.